Okay, we're at the part of rebuilding the rear end. This is the new crown gear, and I've just been taking some. I took the one off, which I think it was on the other card. Now, what you want to do is you want to oil some of this stuff up. Okay. So I'm just going to let oil run down some of these holes. If you ever pack the bearing, you can see what I'm doing. Just going to just pull some oil down these holes. So I just want to. Can you get the wheel there done? The
Loctite?
Loctite? Yeah. And all these bolts, I want to oil these too. Because in order to torque the bolts properly, you should oil them. Then you'll get them more even. And it doesn't matter that we Loctite them. Not at all. Dylan, do you see any more bolts on the table there?
Nope.
Okay. So I've got them all here, and they're nice and oiled. And the ring gear, because this is it's fitted right up in here. This is going to fit in right tight. So I've oiled all that too up underneath, so it can all slide together. This has all been cleaned. It'll look nice and oily. Okay. I want just 4. You said there's 10 bolts, right?
There's 10 bolts, yeah.
So just Loctite me. Okay. There you go. Okay, I'm just cleaning the tools off I'm using, because if you have dirt there, any type of dirt, it's going to take up space. So we don't want any dirt there. My hands have been cleaned and everything's been oiled. This whole crown gear is nice and clean. All up here is nice and clean. I don't feel any dirt at all. These bolts are reverse thread. What was the torque, Dylan?
55.
Alright, we got her suspended. And this one's got different torques. This has got different speeds. I turn right down on low. Wow. Doesn't take long to get lined up. Okay. You got some bolts for me now? Park, Dylan?
Yep, those 3 right there.
Okay, well, we're doing this, and we got to do a little bit at a time. We had a little bit of a problem there. There's a belly width by hand. Okay, working on this Dodge Dakota 1999. We were putting the crown gear on when you can see yesterday the video, but we weren't very well. I'm blind, so my helper ain't very observant. Crown gear has two sets of holes, metric and standard. We fooled up and put the metric bolts. We put the standard bolts in the metric holes. Good thing they were a bit bigger and it didn't tighten up. So, can you give me a bolt there so we can check it out there, Dylan? Make sure we get the right hole pattern this time. And I didn't feel it that there were so many holes. I just felt holes. Figured they were all the same. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start here. I'm just going to go around. I'd go across pattern, but good luck with that. So this is going to be a long venture. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm just torquing these bolts. I'm a firm believer in torquing things a couple of times, not just going right up to that torque. I got it on 25 right now and the torque is 55 for these bolts. That way it gets all the bolts at the seam. Instead of you, and make sure that everything's nice and flat. And where I'm blind, I just go around a whole bunch of times. So I don't want to miss a bolt. And this is no gasket here. If it was a gasket, I'd be really fussy because when you're squishing a gasket, you can cause it to. If you do the one bolt on this side, and then you do I wouldn't never bring it to torque. If you do one bolt on this side and you're going over here, then you bring the next bolt, and it's a gasket, what you're doing is you're squishing the gasket here, then you've got all this over here to squish, and you're putting a lot more torque on this bolt. So I bring them up a small amount at a time. And that way there, you're not squishing the gasket bad form. Can you set me up to 55, Dylan, please? Now they're all the same. So if this was a gasket, it'd be a small amount of pressure all over the gasket instead of having it squished and then you're going to work, because then it acts like a lever. I'll show you that when I do brake lines later today. And that shows exactly what I'm talking about. And the same thing happens with gaskets as with the brake line kit. One bolt, put one over here. Kind of just guessing. After I get so many done, it gets so confusing, I'll just do them all. These have been all Loctited. And now I'm just going to go around and see what's left. That one. I believe this one's the next one. That one's done. So I'm just going to go around and circle now. That one's done. That one's done. You can hear the clicking. Torquing is very important because it puts equal strain on all the bolts, and there's a torque for every bolt, every size, every grade, so you get the maximum shear strength and pulling strength out of your bolts. If you over torque it, then you're going to put extra strain on your threads, you're going to put extra strain on your bolts. This way here, it's all designed to give you the maximum out of your bolts. Shear strength not so much, but pulling strength and stuff like that. But shear strength could change too, because if you over torque it, then you're going to stretch the bolt and cause it to be weaker. So now I'm just going around checking them all again. Just in case I missed something. Being blind, I tend to. Well, I tend to, but not if I go around twice. I don't miss then. Sometimes if I'm not confident, I'll go around 3 times. It's my time, and less likely to have problems. So yeah, we tried torquing them up yesterday, and they wouldn't go to torque. They wouldn't even go tight. They wouldn't even go to 10 pounds. So we had them in the wrong bolt holes. And the bolts seem to be fine. They're taking the torque, and they're all Loctite. So that's it. It's been torqued. We're good. Thanks for viewing, and please keep viewing. You never know what the blind guy's going to be up to next.